Hello everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to solve this rational equation. Alright, so in order to solve this one, normally you're going to multiply both sides by LCD, which is least common denominator, right? So the LCD should be this guy times this guy, right? But when you multiply this one, it's going to be power of 4, right? So you have the polynomial equation with the 4 degree, right? So this is the highest power. You need to use the rational root theorem, which is really complicated, right? So in order to make this rational equation simpler, you're going to divide the top and bottom by s right here. Okay, so if I divide the top bottom by s, I should have, now I'm going to use substitution method. So I'm going to let u equals 4s plus 7 over s minus 8, right? So s must be not equal to 0, right? Substitute over here. So you have the LCD should be u times u minus 2, right? So you have 4 times u minus 2 plus 3 times u equals u times u minus 2, right? Now you just distribute this guy and move everything over. So you're going to end up with the equation u squared minus 9u plus 8 equals 0, right? Alright, so in order to solve this quadratic equation, you can factor this one. Or you can use the trick right here. If you have a plus b plus c equals 0, you have two solutions. The first solution, u equals 1. The second solution, u equals c over a. Now I'm going to check this one. A equals 1, b equals negative 9, c equals 8. So if I add them up, it's going to be 0. So I get this one, right? Now you have the second case. If a minus b plus c equals 0. And then the first solution should be u equals negative 1. Second solution, u equals negative c over a. But the second case does not work for this situation, right? So we're going to use the first case right here. So we have u equals 1. We substitute this guy back over here. So we have 4s plus 7 over s minus 8 equals 1, right? Now multiply both sides by s. So you have 4s squared plus 7 minus 8s equals s. Now I'm going to move this one over and simplify. It turns out to be 4s squared minus 9s plus 7 equals 0, right? Alright, so this one is impossible to factor. So we need to use the quadratic formula to solve this one, right? So we have two solutions, s equals negative b, which is 9, right? Plus and minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, which is 81 minus 112 over 2a, which is 8, right? So you simplify this one, it's going to be s equals 9 plus and minus 81 minus 112 is going to be negative 31, right? So square root of negative 31, it should be square root of 31i, right? Over 8. Alright, so the first case, you have two solutions, right? The second case, u equals 8. It turns out to be, now we're going to simplify this one. It turns out to be 4s squared minus 16s plus 7 equals 0. Now for this one right here, we can factor this guy out, right? So we're going to use S method to factor this guy. So we're going to put AC right here, which is 28, right? And B, which is negative 16, right? Now you need to find two integers multiply equals 28 add up to negative 16, which is negative 14 and negative 2, right? So this guy turns out to be s minus 14 times s minus 2, right? Now this is not the final factor form, so be careful. Since a equals 4, right? You need to divide the constant by 4. So this guy divide by 4, this guy divide by 4, right? So then you're going to simplify this one as minus 7 over 2 times s minus 1/2. You just solve this equation using the zero product, right? So you have s minus 7 over 2 equals 0. So s equals 7 over 2. S minus 1/2 equals 0. So s equals 1/2, right? And you have this guy at the next two solutions, right? So totally you have 4 solutions. And it's your time to stop. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that if you failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail. We rise
tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine.